Hey, what's up everyone? It's Dolbec here, and today we're gonna talk about the reality of what happened in school, in Canada, in bus, of the reality of all the violence of what happened to the young kid and how it happened to me. So let's dive straight into it. So it was the first day of school. Me and my brother was in first grade, and we took the bus together. There was a bunch of kids. We take the first seat in the front of the bus, and in the same bus there was a bunch of kids who like spit by the window, and I don't know why I see them do, and I did it, but they was on the other side of the bus, and there was no other window open on that side. And guess what? There was one open on my side, and it was at the end of the bus, where all the oldest people was. And there was it just happened that there was like just small part of my spit would touch the face of a dude in the back of the bus. So he go in the front and start spitting in my neck, and like he like doing that with me and shit like that, screaming after me. And like, since the driver kinda saw what happened and saw all those kids, he say nothing and let him do. And till that day, every day it was just going worse and worse. And I don't know, the driver began to get friend with them, so let the stuff happen. And so there was like a escalade with me and my brother. We both we both spit by the window. I'm not sure who did it exactly, but we both did it. And like yeah. So yeah, after that, when we go in the bus, most of the time people was telling us to go more in the back of the bus, and then we was going there. And then what was happening over there, it was saying bad names, stuff like that, and then escalade, um, spitting. I don't know why they have tendency to spit more in the neck and in the head, or spit into the hat. When you have a hat or a hood, you're gonna spit into it and put it on your head and keep it there. And more it was going, more there was always an escalade. I remember those people, like it was every day mostly the same two dude, but some other friend out there in the same bus sometimes was getting in and out of that, but it was most of the time the same two dude, and other people around was not doing anything about it. So more escalade. One day it's the snow, it's wet everywhere. What they decide to do that day, they take us, they put it under the seat. You know, all those seats into the yellow bus during the winter in Canada, like the boots, because it's so warm and outside it's so cold with snow and shit, that the boots create like water a lot, and there's calcium in that water, like the salt, because we put salt into the street, so the ice melt and the car don't fail. So yeah, I still remember the taste of that on my mouth while being trapped under the bench during the whole parkour of the bus. I was doing the parkour of the bus was a good 25 to 35 minutes depending on the traffic. So yeah, you can easily imagine like the trauma I had. This part of my life, I still knew it did happen on me, but it was all blurry recently. Like all this, I was not sure I was remembering or not. Like so it's why now I can start to explain it, because I was not able to. And in the past, like even 5 years ago, I would be speaking about that and I would be crying. I cannot speak about that, but right now I'm able to. So why not? It worth it. And it just show the people the reality of nowadays, and don't think like your kid gonna have it easy because you're in Canada and you don't need to protect it. You don't need, like, you need to look over your children, and even if you live into the most beautiful place into your city, you don't know what's gonna happen. The kids are vicious. There's no limit on what a kid can do, because when you get older, this is when you set limit and boundary. Kid has no boundary into what they do, so they can just like escalate really high. So yeah, like it was just like you can in your head you will not imagine that it can go harder than getting under the bench, but you know they can do harder. So after they start doing that, you know, like sometimes you try to resist and not go under the bench. So after that they start more hitting, being more physical. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start trying to defend myself. It does nothing because they are very old. They are like grade 5, grade 6, and I'm grade 1. And the worst thing in those schools that I was and there was is there was the primary grade and the secondary grade into the same school. So the people was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all in the same school, back to back. So we was trapped together forever, and in the same bus forever. So yeah, escalade, insult, hit with all part of the body, and then one day, like me and my, like it was happening not only to me but my brother too. We was both into it. At least I had someone with me into it. But you know, one day they was trying to play with our mind, destroy the inside of our mind. And one day they tell to my brother, if you hit your brother, you will, if you hit your brother, you will never get bullied anymore by us. My brother did not hesitate 1 second. Boom into the belly. Really hard. I kept no anger against my brother for that, and I still love him really hard. I just understand how he felt, and I just took it like a man. It was the first time I got hit really hard into the belly, and believe me, when you're not ready to take a hit there, like, believe me, it's one of the it's I still remember it. It's one of the biggest hit I took in my life. So yeah, I still remember it. For me, it's still one of the biggest hit in my life because I was not ready. Most of the time when you're gonna take a hit in your life, you like contract and you're ready to take it. If you're not ready to take a hit there and you take it really hard, believe me, nobody gonna say it's not painful. Even the dude with the most abs on the world, if he's not ready, bang, he's gonna be like, for sure, like, there's no. And yeah, till that day, my brother got nothing, and it was just keeping up with me. Like, I think it was around 3rd grade when they stopped bullying my brother because of that. My brother was 1 year older than me. So yeah, after that, I was alone, getting bullied during a moment. And what happened is, you know, when you're alone, you're more into your mind. You don't try to evade, escape with someone else, trying to play a game or something. Because, you know, when you're young, this is, I think, what's happened. If you have someone with you, you're gonna have tendency to just escape into another reality, play video game, play any game, speak about stuff that are not even real, or just try to evade reality. And when you're alone, though, you start to build anger and rage. You're more like, why is it happening to me? Why? and like we was telling the 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 parent who come in the bus once say say you have to stop bullying my kid, na na na, and the driver say, oh, it's long, do it quick, come on, and I did that real quick, and then it just keep going and worse and worse. The parent going there once just did nothing, and I was telling it to every authority at the school. They was doing nothing because I don't know. I had too much energy at school, and they was just not. Like I was telling them what was happening to me. They was doing nothing because they was not. I don't know, man. So yeah. So I'm alone into that. I'm there building anger, and one day I get out of the bus, and one of the dude follow me and start kicking me. They giving me kick, and I just run, and he kicked me while I'm running, and I stop at one place, and I take a garbage bin. It was almost the same height as me at that time. For me, it was like a big attack. I threw the garbage bin on him, and he just do that, and it go away. And then, at this moment, when he keep following me, and it take me again, and I go on the ground, and then he say, "You never gonna take a weapon on me," and he hit me a couple times. Then I go on my house, and at this moment, I start getting really scared. Like, even when I was outside of the bus, they was still attacking me. So at this moment I was not feeling safe even when I was outside, and I don't know when it was only happening in the bus. It had like some people was looking at it happening. There was some limit. You see what I mean? But when you get outside of it, there's no more limit, no more boundary. It's get way more scary. So one morning I wake up, and I see that plank into the middle of the street with some nail into it, really big nail, and it was rusty, and it was really looking like if you hit someone with it, it's gonna hurt. You see what I mean? Like, nobody wanna get hurt by a plank with dirty nail with a lot of rust on it. Like, it was unclean, like the most unclean plank you can find. It was not a weapon, it was garbage, a piece of garbage made to hurt. And I'm in the bus like usual, and the dude put his hand to take my hat to spit into it. Bang! Into the end with the nails, the part with the nails. Believe me. You're crazy, huh? And I keep showing it to him, the fact that there's rust on the nail. I'm gonna do it again if you can. After that, nobody did anything around because everyone was scared. And even him, I see in his eyes, oh, the kid is going crazy. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. After that, nobody did anything. The real danger was not there anymore. And after that, it was just banter, and I live my life through those banter during a couple of years till secondary, first grade. The main thing to remember about that is, if you don't want your children to one day have a weapon in his life and not use it bad, you need to make sure someone is there to protect him, and you need to make sure your children don't live in shame. Because when your children live in shame, and he's ashamed of saying what is happening to him, to you, this is when your children gonna get bullied, and he's gonna tell you, I'm getting bullied, but he's not gonna tell you everything, because it's so shameful. Like, I must say to my mother, oh, like someone spit in my hat, can you wash my hat? But I have a hard time to say I was under the bench during the whole time, and they was stepping on me. Like, I mean, you see what I mean? It's being a man and saying someone just step on you during 25 minutes. You see what I mean? It's just like break you, and you're not supposed to be a man and say that to your mother. And when you say stuff like that, listen. they are supposed to do something, like send you to another school. Drastical measure need to be imposed. Like, you need to do drastical change in the life of your children before this happen. Because when it's gonna happen, the life of your children gonna be changed forever. I used my first weapon at this moment. I harmed someone, and he probably had to get the needle because of those tetanus, like the sickness. Like, it's rusted nail. You're not supposed to attack someone with rusted nail. It's wrong. But you know, if someone attack you every day during years, it was first grade to like 4th grade. At 4th grade, I take the plank and defend myself for once. I mean, imagine how many days I got that. And those people who was living really close of my house, so even when I was not going to school during the summer, I was seeing them, and they was doing some weird shit. Like, we build we build stuff into the wood with my brother. One day they come and they destroy it. You see what I mean? They ask us for all the plank and all the nail. They take all the most beautiful plank. Well, like, it's just wrong. Those type of things need to stop happening, and it's pretty hard because the way the system is, to tell the people to give their children to the system, and the system gonna raise it for them. But there's so many holes in that system where there's like nobody to take who's looking at your children, that during that part your children have a huge chance to be abused, and it's so wrong. Like, we need to change a bit the system in Canada for that. We are too soft, and we are so soft that the children can harm themselves without anyone doing anything. So yeah, I think it's it. Maybe I'm gonna do more video on the subject, but I feel like far enough like that. So yeah, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.